All right, how my experts doing? James Lee Love here. Another episode of Brands Experts Podcast. We're back, right? Been a lot of things going on. I want to get back so I can be as consistent as possible with this. 2024 going into 2025. So many incredible things going on in 2025. And you got to get ready. You got to go into there properly. It's the last month. It is December 15th. It's a Sunday. And we're going to get into it. Okay. What we're getting into is episode 84. Why Bitcoin will 5x to a $10 trillion market cap in 2025. Okay. Right now it's at a $2 trillion market cap and we're at $100,000 Bitcoin. That will put us at a $500,000 Bitcoin in 2025. A lot of great things, incredible things have happened. All right. I'm going to have another episode where I get into more so the crypto side, not just the Bitcoin side. But right now we're talking about the Bitcoin side of things. So we're going to get into that right now. Let's get into it. So, uh, the first reason why, number one, is institutional Bitcoin reserves. So, what's going to happen is, right, in 2025, right, with regulation, right, we're getting to regulation coming up here. But with regulation coming in, right, a lot of companies are going to get their Bitcoin reserves. Okay. This is going to be the first time this ever happens, right? We're going to talk about big companies getting Bitcoin reserves, right? So, the whole purpose of Bitcoin reserves is going to happen because a lot of companies have cash right now, right? So cash is losing anywhere from 10 to 15% of its value every year. That's terrible, right? To lose that much value every year is a terrible situation to be in. So what if you could 2x, 3x, 5x that value digitally without having to land bank and real estate, having to maintenance that real estate, purchase the real estate, and wait for it to come back, or get into stocks where you're growing at maybe 15% a year, S&P 500. That's not what you want. You want to grow at a much higher rate. And crypto is estimated to, you know, 10x. I'm saying 5x on the reasonable side. So with that being said, companies putting their reserves, right, when we talk about colleges, right, big colleges, right, we talk about USC, UCLA, big colleges, right, having um, their companies' reserves in Bitcoin, right? So that's the first reason, right? We can go on and on around the world, but yeah, the reserves that are going to happen, right? And we're not just talking about like colleges, we're talking about states, we're talking about countries. The United States is talking about doing a Bitcoin reserve. We're talking about Texas is the first state that's came out and said they want to do one. Other states are going to get in, and countries, and so that's one of the big reasons. Is just because even have a portion of their reserves. We talk about having a gold reserve, having other things, but when we seen what the reserves have done for El Salvador and for them to get in on an average of 50,000 a coin, 50,000 a coin, and now it's doubled. They just doubled their investment, right, in maybe a year or two, right, and it could have been triple. I don't know exact number that they got in that, but now we're at 100,000. It's the winning promotes more winning, right? So they've won. So other countries that have failing currencies, like we talk about, a lot of the countries in that, third world countries, you know, with failing currencies where it goes to zero, and it's not working. And when Bitcoin is proven to work, you know, they create a wallet platform, or tell the people to use a trusted wallet platform like a uh, Trust Wallet, Exodus Wallet. When we talk about using these things, well, now countries are going to get big reserves to back up the stuff that they're doing to, finance what their country is doing, right? So, with that being said, right, that's reason number one is the country's reserves or just the institutional reserves. Yeah. and I kind of went into how that's going to go. Okay. Number two is crypto regulation. So now when we have crypto regulation, if companies want to get involved and start trading it or start providing it as bonuses for their employees and things like that, it's a gray area right now. You can do it because you can, get it through an ETF and put it in 401ks, retirement accounts, things like that. But if you want to offer bonuses for your employees and you want to pay it out in crypto, if you want to pay it out in Bitcoin, right? Specifically, you want to pay it out in Bitcoin. There's a lot of regulation that needs to open up for you to be able to do that because, people want their exposure. And if you're able to provide that exposure, legally to where you can submit it on taxes and you can get those kind of things done, it opens up a world of opportunity for you because of the fact that it's open, it's regulated. The regulation is going to come in and open a lot of that opportunity for you. And that's exactly what you want. So, that's what we're looking at with that, with that regulation being installed into the market globally, right? So, you know, global regulation for the crypto, but especially when we're talking about in the United States market, because there's so many trillions of dollars of transactions that go on. If we can globally get this thing done, it's an excellent opportunity for us to capitalize on, build on, take things to the next level because we have regulation. Companies that want to take payment in Bitcoin, they can immediately start taking payment in Bitcoin. Gas stations and restaurants, because there's regulation, there's full regulation on exactly how you submit the taxes for it, how you can accept it, those kind of things. So that's going to open it up tremendously. Daily transactions, transaction fees, miners, all that kind of stuff is just going to go crazy, take it to the next level, things like that. So, and it's already pretty much like a 99% chance that the regulation is going to open up in 2025. So, with that opening up, it creates a pretty remarkable opportunity. The next is BlackRock's 2% asset allocation recommendation into Bitcoin. So, what that recommendation creates is an incredible opportunity because now the biggest asset manager in the world is doing a recommendation into the asset, right? So, BlackRock, if you didn't know, is the biggest asset manager in the world. Okay. So since that's the biggest asset manager in the world, and now we're talking about they're recommending a 2% asset if I recommendation into the asset, what's going to happen in that situation, is going to be tremendous, right? It's going to go exactly where it needs to go. Okay. And that's what we're looking for because once you have recommendations from the top asset manager in the world, that's, because there's gold, there's real estate, there's stocks, there's sports teams, all this different stuff. But there's risk with all those, like we see with COVID. When the COVID pandemic happened, if you owned a sports team, the sports weren't playing. There was a lot of different, assets that went down. Real estate multiplied. But you still got the risk with real estate, like house can burn down, people can leave, whatever's going on. So, with that being said, if the top asset manager in the world is currently recommending a 2% asset allocation into something with all of your funds, it's saying, listen, it's basically saying for every $100, we want you to put $2 inside of Bitcoin. So let's look at the downside. The downside, let's just say it loses 50%. So you're losing $1. Upside, you get 5x upside, for example, right? Just 5x upside. So, you know, most things aren't going to bring you a 5x upside. So, a top asset manager is saying, hey, take 2%, $2 for every 100, invest into this asset, and on average, you'll get we're estimating a 5x return if you lose 0.5% of your value, or even if you lose all of it. Explain that to them. If you lose all of your value, you're only losing $2 out of $100. But if it goes best case scenario, you're getting a 5x return on your investment. People are going to take that 5x return on average. So, that's the opportunity that people are looking at. And, to get that top level recommendation is an incredible opportunity. And that's why we believe, so many different, companies and people and high level net worth individuals are going to take that recommendation because, so many different ways you can lose, but that ability to 5x. So let's say even that's $2 million and you 5x that 2 million in 1 year. That's just incredible to have that opportunity. It could be higher than that, the upside. So they're just recommending that so you can maximize your opportunity along with other asset managers like the Fidelities, like the Goldman Sachs, top level investment banks are getting involved, stock investors, things like that. So it's an incredible opportunity there. The next one is retail investors coming back in. With the FTX, you know, disaster that happened, right? Complete disaster, FTX, what an embarrassment. But a lot of retail investors are not in yet, right? Because lost all their money, things like that. They're scared. But what's starting to happen is when they see other retail investors get in and execute high level returns on what they're doing, they're not gonna sit on the sidelines and let that happen. They're gonna be like, you know what, look at look at this person. Look at how it's going for them. I want to get involved. I want to excel on that opportunity, like my neighbor is doing, like my friend is doing, and the risk and reward. They're just gonna start saying, okay, my friend took $100 and turned it into 1,000, and they're sitting there going in a circle, and it's going to start small. It's going to start, okay, let's go from a 2 to 10% allocation again, because yes, the pain is real, but that pain of losing, from seeing your friend or your family winning in something you already believed in, you just went with an exchange that was just a terrible company. Now you might go with a Coinbase, you might go with a crypto.com. You might go with buying it directly off of a wallet like Exodus wallet, like a what is it, Coinbase wallet, right? You might execute off of a wallet like that, right? And completely explode what you're doing, take it to another level. So that's another reason. Retail coming in though, we're talking about the everyday average Joes coming in, excelling, getting to the next level off of their investment. Incredible opportunity. We don't want you to miss out on that. And the next, the winners making millions and billions from past investments. So what happens is, right, success leaves clues, right? So Michael Saylor with MicroStrategy, right? All they do is buy Bitcoin. They borrow against the Bitcoin to provide upside to the investor, right? So they borrow the money at 0%, provide upside to the investor, saying, if it 5x's, you're gonna get, 6x or whatever, something like that. You're gonna get a guaranteed 30% if we multiply our investment. And they keep doing it, they keep multiplying, right? They keep rinsing and repeating it, getting new investors in. Winners like that, other companies are going to want to do what they're doing because they're winning, right? Winning, people do not want to sit on the sideline, asset managers, because one asset manager is going to start getting involved with micro strategies because they see the wins, they see the improvement, they see the next level stuff, and they want to get involved. So they see what's going on, they want to get involved, and they're, in MicroStrategy said, look, anybody can do what we're doing. So they say, okay, they see the blueprint, they see the wins, they see the results, they see what's going on over time. They apply that same strategy in their win, then other companies are going to apply exactly what they're doing, be in a position to win, take it to the next level, and it's just going to start becoming contagious. Because the thing about winning, the thing about proven results, the thing about next level stuff, it's contagious. It's going to lead to the next person wanting to get involved, wanting to do it, wanting to be in that position, wanting to receive and take on those wins, and it's just going to be contagious. So, that's something that's incredible as well. And that's why I'm just telling you now, we're in 2024, 2025 is coming up. Get involved. Stop being scared. Just get involved. Learn. Search micro strategies. Interview. Search Michael Saylor interview. Um, you know that's what you need to do. Get involved like that. Learn and just build on what you're doing. Build on the knowledge. Don't get left behind, because if you get left behind, you could still get involved, but if an obvious opportunity is right in front of your face for something not to take 40 years, because the traditional way of the stock market or 401k, is to take 40 years. And you figure if you start at 20, you work till you're 60, you no, that's not going to work. People have been, put out of the traditional markets for it not to work. It's just people have been treated bad in the traditional markets. If you're just dealing cash, you're just already bought into it, taking 40, 50, 60 years. Not acceptable. We're not doing that. This is the better way to go. Give it a shot. Do your homework. And yeah, that's the 5 reasons Bitcoin is going to 5x in 2025. Get in now. Get in while it's around at 100,000, $2 trillion market cap. Get involved now. You know, everything goes lightning speed. Bitcoin has a lightning network. Stop taking it slow. Speed that thing up. And let's get them gains. Let's change your family's life. Let's change your life. Let's build. Let's multiply what we're doing. And let's take it to the next level. James Lee Love. Signing out. Brands Express Podcast. Build your brand off of Bitcoin. Get your own Bitcoin reserve for your brand. I don't care if it's just a personal brand, either do it.